Alrighty. I'm gonna kick us off, Logan.
Sure. Okay. Well, welcome everybody to our On Fire Empire coaching. What is coaching sneak peek webinar tonight? We are excited to give you a little glimpse into what it is that we get to do as coaches. It's a job that we are very passionate about and has brought a lot of blessings to our lives, and paying it forward to other women, whether you are moms or someone who works full-time or someone who stays home. It's a really incredible blessing to bring into your life and be able to spread to your friends and family. So we are excited that you are either on live with us or tuning in later. We are going to be breaking down tonight basically into 4 different components about what we do as coaches. The first part, I'm going to talk about like who I am, what I typically do kind of on a daily basis as a coach, and what kind of people we are looking for in joining our team. And then I'm going to talk about maybe some of the potential fears or misconceptions or maybe limiting beliefs that you have in your head, and share kind of like what my hesitations were before coaching and I've come to know in the 3 years that I have been doing this business. And then Haley is going to be talking to us about basically all about the money, how to earn, and then what you can expect upon sign up, and what kind of expectations you can have as far as training and joining our team and all of that. So to start, so my name is Logan, and I am a wife and mama times 3. My kiddos are 5, 3, and 9 months. So we are in the trenches of kindergarten, preschool, and babyhood, and life is very busy. I'm married to a potato farmer who is also very busy, and we are able to make this business really work in our family. I used to be a labor and delivery nurse, and after the birth of our 3rd baby, Lily, she's 9 months old, I was able to leave my job as a nurse and come home full-time to coach, which is just such a blessing. Because I actually ended up surpassing what I was earning as a full-time nurse with my coaching income. So I started coaching 3 years ago. Haley started coaching about coming up on 3.5. We have people on our team. Haley's the original founder of our team, and then we have people who are all brand new as just a couple days along. So you are going to find all kinds of different levels of experience within the team. Yeah, old school. So basically the most important thing that we do as coaches, number 1 is working on ourselves. And this was something that took me a little while to kind of wrap my head around, that my journey and my health and the things that I did to take care of myself every day came before anything else. Coming from my background as a nurse, I was trained that everybody else's needs got taken care of before my own. There weren't lunch breaks or bathroom breaks or anything unless all of your patients were taken care of. So to come into something like this, where my number 1 job is to take care of me and make sure that I am eating according to my meal plan, and I am doing a workout program, and I am reading something that's going to help enrich my mindset. We call it personal development. These are all the things that take place before anything else, because the focus of your job, the number 1 focus, is on you and being a product of the product and getting in the best shape that you can be, both physically and mentally. Taking care of yourself is your job. And when I feel myself personally starting to slack on maybe my workouts or my meal plan because life gets busy and that just happens, I have to give myself a little gut check and remind myself, Logan, your paychecks depend on your results with these fitness and nutrition programs. And so it's kind of that gut check to, that the success of my business is going to directly reflect how successful I am in taking care of me. So then on that same note, as you are taking care of yourself and we are teaching you the things to do every day, as far as your workouts, your nutrition, your personal development, you're going to be sharing your journey on social media. And you are going to be inviting friends and family to come along and join you on the same programs, following the same nutrition plans. Obviously, we partner with Beachbody, so we are not coming up with our own fitness routines or our own nutrition plans or having to create any sort of content ourselves. We are basically handed these absolutely top-line state-of-the-art programs that are designed by the best fitness professionals in the entire industry. So coming into it, you do not have to be a fitness or nutrition expert. We have basically, like Haley said, we have an incredible toolbox full of tools that will absolutely transform your life. And it is our job to help get those tools into the hands of everyone out there. Our tools, including our fitness and nutrition programs, Shakeology, which is a super dense, nutritious smoothie that we drink every day. Even if you're eating the healthiest diet, this superfood shake is going to help fill in the gaps that are missing in your daily diet. It is my lifesaver because I used to be addicted to Starbucks and would hit up the drive-thru with my babies every day and get a giant coffee and a breakfast sandwich and cake pops for the crew. And by the time we were out of the drive-thru, we were spending a lot of money and my body was not happy with the food that I was putting in. But once I realized that I could swap out that Starbucks run and make my Shakeology at home, not only was I saving so much money, but my body felt so much better because I was feeding it actual nutrients. And it only took me 2 minutes to blend up amid the, baby toddler craziness. And you can honestly make it with one hand if you have to, because I've done it so many times before. So you are basically going to fall in love with the lifestyle, with taking care of yourself, with the team and the community, and you are going to be a light on social media and help share that with your friends and family. And then as people get inspired by you, because honestly, it will look like the light bulb has turned back on inside of you. There's no better way to describe it. They are going to, be attracted and want to join you, and we will help teach you how to bring them on and join you. You get paid a referral bonus from Beachbody as you sign up people to join your team or to join you as your client. And Haley's going to talk about that a little bit later. And then it's going to be your job with the rest of us to help coach them along on their journey and help them experience the same life-changing results that you get with our fitness and nutrition programs. So basically, coaching, again, in a nutshell, is you working on becoming your absolute best self. We use the toolbox given to us from Beachbody, following the workouts, following the meal plans, drinking our superfood shakes, and doing our personal development every day, whether it's just 10 minutes of a book or a podcast or something that is going to help enrich your mindset. That was the thing that I totally kind of brushed off in the beginning because I was like, I'm already like a pretty happy person. I really don't need like self-help books. But that was a sign that I desperately needed personal development. I didn't realize how much I needed it until I actually started doing it. And what the fitness and nutrition does for your actual physical body, personal development does for your mindset, and just makes you a stronger and happier person, not only as a coach in the business, but as a person, like in general. I am so much more confident in how I approach all of my relationships in life, whether it was, when I was at work or with my family or anything. Just definitely makes you a better, happier person. And then, so as you are working on yourself, you share your journey and your passion on social media and help inspire other people. Then you lock arms with them to help them succeed on their own health and fitness goals. So, who are we looking for to join our team? We are really looking for those go-getters. We are looking for someone who is prepared to put in a little bit of work, because I don't want you guys to come in thinking that this is a get-rich-quick scheme by any means, because building a successful business like this does take work, and it takes patience, and it takes time. I always just kind of like to tell the story of when, we will have coaches come in and they'll feel frustrated with themselves that they don't have the whole business figured out within their first 2 weeks. And I will have to remind themselves, think about how many years I had to go to school to become a nurse, or Haley had to go to school to become a doctor of physical therapy, or Jessica had to go to school to become a veterinarian. I had to sit in so many classrooms learning so many things before they would ever let me touch a patient. But with coaching, you kind of come into it and you feel like you're supposed to know everything already. And Haley's going to talk about this at the end as far as like the training and everything, but giving yourself grace that you are learning basically a whole new field. But that you don't need to learn everything before you can start taking action, because you can start building your business and sharing your journey the moment that you push play for the very first time. Your journey as a coach and building your business can start immediately, but you don't have to have all the answers. That's obviously what we are here for, and to help coach you through. So we are looking for those girls who are willing to put in a little bit of work. I, starting off, probably would spend about an hour to 2 hours making sure that I am, obviously taking care of myself, committing to my own journey, sharing and connecting with people on social media, and inviting people to come and join me. As you progress farther along in the business, you may be spending a little bit more time, just depending on the size of your team. But the more time and effort that you are investing in making those connections with people and bringing people into your tribe, the quicker your income is going to grow. So it's just a reflection of how much time you're spending with intention, with how quickly you can expect to be making an income. But I was, pretty pleased with the fact that knowing that my efforts were directly related to what I was earning as a coach, rather than kind of being stuck working for somebody else with my very minute percentage increase raise that I could get every year. There really isn't a ceiling on what you can be earning in this business. So we want you to allow yourself to dream big with this, okay? A lot of the times we allow ourselves to really get put into these tiny little boxes, and we get told that, it's okay to have dreams, but it might not work out. And I have to catch myself with the way I talk to my kids every single day, because I don't want to start planting those seeds of doubt that they can't absolutely go out there and achieve massive, incredible things in their life because of the accidental limiting beliefs that I place on them. I came into this business with a lot of doubts. I also came into this business not in any sort of financial peril. Like, you will hear some absolutely incredible stories of coaches who were completely broke and their cars were being repossessed and their houses were being foreclosed on, and they had that drive to make this business work, to dig themselves out of this financial hole. And for a while I kind of thought, well, I don't have that kind of story, so maybe I just don't have I just don't have a powerful story like that. When it took some reflection, but I realized there is power in my story, because even though I wasn't completely broke and financially, devastated when I started this business, we were fine. Financially, we were fine, but we were putting stuff on credit cards. There was always that stress at the end of the month when we were paying out bills and waiting for a new paycheck to come in. And there was definitely a cycle and not a lot of wiggle room for fun. And I made the decision that I wanted to fill that gap and make it possible for our family to have more and to want more. And I was done feeling sorry for wanting to give my children and my husband greater opportunities in life. And so maybe you're that mom like me who you're going along life, you're fine, but maybe you have that desire inside of you, like I did, to dream a little bigger and want more out of life, because we get one life and we get one shot at it. And I don't know about you guys, but I want to have an absolutely incredible, mind-blowing life and not look back on things with regret. And that is absolutely what one of the things that this business has given me, is that freedom to dream big for my family and to accomplish really scary, incredible goals. So let me continue on here into, I've already covered kind of a couple of these, but some common misconceptions maybe that you might have when you're kind of mulling over the idea of becoming a coach. Maybe you're thinking, I am not a health and fitness expert, so who am I to be helping coach other people? And you absolutely do not have to be an expert in health and fitness. You do not have to have, your doctor of physical therapy, even though I'm sure it comes in handy for Haley sometimes. You do not have to be a registered dietitian. You do not have to be a personal trainer. You just have to have a passion for helping other people live happier and healthier lives. Your job is to be somebody's best friend and cheerleader when they are honestly going on it's a pretty scary journey when we're all starting it for the first time. There's a lot of fears and doubts. We wonder if this is going to be another thing that we're going to fail at. And your job is to be that person's friend and to obviously connect them with the tools that are going to help change their lives, and to teach them the nuggets that you have learned that have helped fit health and fitness into your life. So, as a busy mom of 3, there's definitely some tricks and hacks that I've picked up, in my 3 years that I've been coaching. And so obviously helping my clients kind of put those puzzle pieces together the way that I had to when I was learning. But my biggest job is to be their biggest cheerleader and fan and connect them with our tribe and let them know that they can do this and that their success, their power is within them, and they have the power to change their life. Because sometimes we just think that, it's possible for everybody else, but it's not possible for me. And so helping them get that confidence that they have the power to change their lives, that's your job, not worrying about how to create the perfect meal plan. You're not a registered dietitian or anything like that, and you don't have to be. But maybe you are a personal trainer, and this is a pretty cool thing. We've had a few personal trainers a lot of personal trainers actually and group fitness instructors come into the business and be incredibly successful because they already had, a passion for living a healthy lifestyle with health and fitness. But they were limited by the number of clients or people that they could serve on a daily basis because they were limited to the people that they could connect with, within a specific class or in a one-on-one personal training session. And the beauty with being partnered with Beachbody is that the number of clients and people that you can serve is seriously limitless. We get to help women all across the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. And I keep hearing little murmurings that there's going to be more expansion, even though they haven't told us where next. But there are so many women all around the world, not even women, men too, who need what we have to offer. And the fact that we are not limited by geography anymore is really exciting. So a lot of personal trainers have used their skills as a trainer, but taken it on a different platform and using social media to help train their clients virtually. And then obviously you are not capped in, the amount that you can earn because the amount of people you can work with is honestly limitless. Okay. Maybe you're thinking that you are not at your goal weight or at your goal transformation. And how are you going to help people or who's going to join you if you don't look like a coach? And what I can tell you guys, I started coaching when I was 6 weeks into my journey. And I can tell you that what I looked like at 6 weeks was not anything like what I looked like by the time I was a year into my journey. But I'm so thankful that I started coaching right away because I was able to bring everyone on my journey with me. They were able to see, my transformation week to week to week, and it made it more relatable. It made it seem more attainable to other people. Like they could do it too. Rather than looking at maybe a super drastic before and after photo of me like 2 years later. And then they're like, oh, I don't know, that just looks like too hard. Too much time has passed. She's put in so much work. Like there's no way I could ever achieve that. But if you bring people with you on the journey, they get to know you and fall in love with you, like just on a different level. And it's just a really powerful thing to be able to start sharing from the beginning. And maybe you don't have a huge transformation that needs to occur on the outside. Maybe you're already at your goal weight and you're not wanting to lose weight. Maybe you want to put on muscle. Maybe you come from a history of an eating disorder and are actually looking to put on weight. Like everybody comes from a different background with a little bit different story, but your story, your specific story that makes you unique is what is going to speak to your people that need to hear you on social media. We all attract different people. That's why our network is so incredible. And we have people as young as 18 and as old as in their 70s who have successful businesses because we all have our own unique market and people who need to hear our specific story. So while someone might relate to my story over like Jessica's, they might relate to Haley's more over Amy's. You just don't know. So never hold back and never think that you don't have a story or that you are not interesting enough. Or maybe you're like me and you're like, I really didn't post on social media unless it was like a really cute picture of my kids. That was me. Like I was that highlight reel poster, only shared pics of my cute kiddos, like when they were wearing, their little matching outfits and everyone looked adorable and made life look super perfect all the time. And it wasn't until I started coaching that I was like, I need to start sharing like my real life more because that is what's relatable, when it's the end of the night and I'm like, needing my glass of wine that's empty from like last week. Hot mess mom life. It was when I decided to start sharing like my true authentic life and not worrying about the highlight reel that I really started connecting with my people and my tribe. And posting on social media is one of those things that you really just kind of get over the more often that you do it. It was the same way how I felt when I shared my very first transformation photo. I literally had vomit in my mouth when I hit post, and I had to put my phone down. No, I had to like lock it up in the bathroom and walk like 3 rooms away so that I would not go back and delete it because it was so outside of my comfort zone. And I could feel my heart pounding for hours after I posted it. But when I finally went back and looked at it and saw all of the love and support and the people who were cheering me on and who were desperate for the solution that I had found that was changing my life, like it made it so worth it. And now I can post transformation photos. I mean, there are still some transformation photos that make me a little bit nervous to share, especially being on a postpartum journey all over again. But it's so much easier. It's just confidence is a muscle. And the more you flex it and the more you do it, the more you post, the more you share, the more you share your workouts, the more you chat with people about coaching in the business, the easier and easier it gets, the more often you do it. You might be thinking, but I'm not a salesperson. How's this going to work? I don't want to be one of those annoying salespeople on social media. And I agree, because this is one of the things that I talked to my husband about when we were originally talking about coaching. I said, I cannot be one of those people that starts a business online and then I'm like MIA in a month to 6 weeks, because how many times do we see that happen where so-and-so starting a new, whatever business. And then in a couple months, it's like totally gone. And you're like, oh, there's another one. But I'm stubborn enough that, number one, I like drew the line in the sand and I knew that I was not going to quit this, because Beachbody and the programs and the team changed my life and made me a happier and healthier person. So there was no way that I was ever going to quit. And I just needed to stay focused on me and sharing my journey. And as long as I was sharing my journey and what was happening with me and my life and in my team, it was not going to come across salesy. It was going to be authentic and real and genuine. And we teach you, like, you do not need to be any sort of social media expert. Like, we teach you how to craft your posts, how to, kind of edit your photos, even though Beachbody creates beautiful graphic images of their programs and everything, we don't use those on our social media, because even though we love Beachbody, our brand is our own personal selves. Like, my brand is Logan Underwood, and I use the tools that Beachbody has given me to help other people. Does that make sense? Let me see. Okay. This is the last one I think I'm going to talk about, but I don't have the time. And I always kind of giggle a little bit when people tell me that they don't think that they have the time for this, because I have built my business in probably the time of my life that am absolutely the busiest, with like the least amount of free time, even though I am, staying at home now. But I'm only able to be a stay-at-home mom now because of coaching. Otherwise, I would still be, gone from my kids for 13 to 14 hours a day working in the hospital like I was before. So we, again, teach you how to build your business in very intentional pockets of time. There are things that you can do every single day that don't take a lot of time, 5 to 10 minutes here and there, with intention focused activity that we say, sit down and you're going to, talk to this many people, or you're going to add this many people to your network. And if you are consistent, This is the word you're going to hear over and over and over again. If you are consistent in doing these small activities every single day, it's going to snowball into creating a really great business for you. The time is there. Sometimes we just have to take a step back and look at what we are doing to spend our time that's taking away from what we could be doing with coaching. So for me, I was like, there are a few TV shows that I really just kind of like am not super invested in, but I'm still watching them because they're on my DVR, or spending hours, binging a show on Netflix. It's the same thing when it comes to doing our workouts. You hear people tell you, I don't have the time to work out. And when you sit down and think about the fact that you can do a 30-minute, like there's time to squeeze in a 20 to 30-minute workout in your day somewhere. You just have to, how many hours or minutes do we spend, scrolling our phone or watching other people's Insta stories when you could be doing your workout or, doing a little bit of focused business activity to move your coaching business forward. So there is the time. It's just taking that time to be intentional and maybe cutting out some things that aren't adding value to your life so that you can fit this in. And what I have to remind myself of over and over again is to not sacrifice what I want most and what I want to create for my family in the future for what I want right now. Like maybe I really want to spend 3 hours watching the Bachelor finale and all the after show, like blah, blah, blah. But what I want most is, looking down the road for my business and my family and what I want to create for that. And that is worth way more to me than maybe watching this show. So, Haley, do you want to jump in or chime in with anything?
Yeah. You guys, the thing is going to the time thing, because I know that was a big hesitation on my part when I signed up as a coach, thinking about actually doing this was I have 2 tiny babies. I mean, they were both under 2. And I couldn't add something else to my plate that was going to totally take away from my family. So if you are feeling that way too, like you are not alone. We were probably all there. Some days I am still there, you guys. I mean, we just got a freaking puppy and I'm like, really? Let me just like scoot something else over on my plate for this puppy that's like another baby. But here's the thing. Like Logan said, like if we're not sacrificing what we want the most for what we want right now. If this is something that you want financially for your family, if this is something that really you just want to help hold you accountable, whatever it is that you want out of this, if you go into your business hours, we'll talk about that on our team, is creating business hours. Some of us are a lot better at that than others. But if you go into it with a plan, so there are so many successful coaches who work full-time, have kids, have husbands, have like everything else on their plate that they can take care of. But because they set aside an hour in the morning or 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening, however they set it aside, but they go in with intention, you can be successful and you can build this to where you want it to be. You have heard Logan say, she's been able to replace her income as a registered nurse. I've been able to surpass my income as a physical therapist. Jessica has been able to leave her veterinary practice. And you guys know that we work hard. Okay. This, like Logan said, this isn't a get rich quick type of business. This is I'm in it for the long haul. I'm going to build a legacy for my family. And I'm going to create something really cool. Because if you come into it thinking, oh, I'm going to give it a month, see what it's like. I'm going to give it maybe 2 months. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be upset in a month or 2. You have to be in it for the long haul, and you have to be willing to put in the work. And I'm not saying, when I say that, I'm not saying you have to work all day, because believe me, even as a stay-at-home mom, which I think maybe a stay-at-home mom is a little bit harder because we don't have like a schedule, right? That everybody else seems to follow. Like our schedule's like all over the place. But what was I going to say? So like, even no matter how busy you are, if you make the time, you can be successful with this. And like I said, not all day. Just make sure you're all in when you decide to work. Okay. So going back to what Logan was talking about, the people we are looking for to join our team, you guys, On Fire Empire this year is literally on fire. And it has been such an exciting experience this year. And it's been unlike the years in the past. And it's because we have fallen in love again with what we get to do. And it's not just us, we're bringing on other people who are falling in love with it also. So we are looking for the go-getters, like Logan said, people who are ready to work, people who are ready to set aside an hour of their time to build a business, to work on themselves. We're looking for people who love health and fitness, or maybe people that just want to love health and fitness, who want to be healthy and want to take care of themselves. Because I'm telling you what, there's nothing more, what's the word? Like, nothing's going to hold you more accountable to your personal health and fitness goals than becoming a coach and having those people watching you. Because there are so many times I don't want to push play, or I don't want to, make the healthiest choices. And I don't always do that, you guys. I want you to know that as a coach, we are not always on. But you better believe I tend to make the better choice most of the time, because I know there are people counting on me. It is the ultimate accountability on your personal fitness journey. But if you want to be healthy, you want to learn how to take care of yourself, and you want to take people along with you and be their cheerleader, like Logan said, then we want you on our team. We want you to do this with us, because we are going to the top, and we want people who are ready to do that with us. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we actually make money doing this. Like okay, you've got awesome workouts. You've got this shake that tastes amazing. You are helping other people, but how are you bringing in an income? How are you surpassing your full-time incomes as health and fitness professionals? So I want you right now, I want you to think about what your financial future would look like if you were able to bring in an extra $200 a month, maybe an extra $500 a month. What would it look like if you were able to bring in $1,000 a month? What about $1,000 a week? You guys, when I started, my goal was to cover the cost of my initial investment. And we'll talk about what that is here in a little bit. But that was my goal. I wasn't really in it to build a business, but I knew that having Shakeology every day was making me feel better than I had felt in a really long time, giving me the energy to actually want to play with my toddler instead of just sit there with the baby and watch her play by herself. I knew I needed it, and I knew I wanted to be able to cover the cost of that, because we were a one-income family, because I had already stepped away from working full-time as a physical therapist. And so that was my goal. And an extra $200 a month on top of that, you guys, things started changing. I was able to cover diapers for 2 babies. I could take my husband out on an extra date night. We weren't getting many date nights. We had 2 young babies. And then you guys, when you go out on a date night, you're shelling out money left and right, like babysitter, movie, dinner, right? I was able to not have that guilt when you're checking out at Target and you're like, yeah, did I really need that other like candle or that tank top or whatever it is that somehow crept into your basket at Target? The weight was lifted off my shoulder. And it all started with just that extra $200 a month. Now, I will tell you though, I worked really hard. Once I decided I wanted this, I ran with it, you guys. And I was able to bring in over $1,000 in my first month. So I want you guys to know that coming in, you can blow it out of the water if you want to. And you guys, I'm not anything special. There are people that have earned way more than that in their first month. There are people who have earned way less than that. All right. But what would your financial future look like if you could start bringing in some extra income? Maybe you don't want to leave your job. Maybe you're not somebody who wants to be able to come home. Maybe you don't have kids. Maybe your kids are older. Whatever it is, that's okay. You don't have to. That is not a requirement at all. Maybe you love what you do. But this could be something to allow you to have more, like Logan was talking about. We live in a society where we feel like wanting more means we're not very thankful for what we already have, right? You guys, it's so wrong. Here, we get to dream bigger, we get to want more, and we get to work on ourselves and work on our health and our family. And bringing in an extra income is life-changing in so many ways. So with this, you guys, remember, Beachbody does not guarantee any type of income through this opportunity. What you put in is what you're going to get out. But that's a really great thing, right? Like Logan talked about. How cool is it to know that if I spend a little extra time, a little more intentional time, I'm going to reap the rewards, right? So how we earn, what you're going to see when you first sign up as a coach, we earn 25% commission on anything that we get set up with our customers or coaches. So our goal, and you're going to hear this a lot once you get into the team page and into our trainings, our goal every month is to help at least 3 new people start their health and fitness journey, whether they're starting as a customer or starting as a coach, joining our team. And then you just duplicate that, and we will teach you how to do that. When you help those 3 people each month, just that alone, the commissions there is going to cover the cost of your Shakeology a month. And you're going to have a little bit extra too. Okay, so that's always our goal. 3 people a month. I bet you can think of 3 people right now that you want to do this with you, right? Whether you want them to come coach with you or you want them to start join a challenge group with you, be one of your customers. You have that accountability buddy that you want. 3 people each month, okay? And we duplicate it. Along the way, we're going to get rewards. Logan talked about getting a referral bonus. So that's what that 25% commission is. Whenever you're helping 3 people, you hit what's called Success Club, and we get fun prizes from Beachbody, from prizes from your coach. We celebrate you in the team page because you guys are changing lives, right? Now, beyond the 25% commission, whenever you start duplicating what you are doing and building a team of your own below you, you actually get a bonus on top of that for how well your team is producing, how well your team is growing, how many people they are helping. And then beyond that, as you advance in ranks, there are bonuses on top of that. There are several ways to earn, but just know when you get started, you're going to see that 25% commission. If you sign up somebody right after you sign up, you're going to get it. We get paid every Thursday, which is super, super nice. We get paid once a week. We don't have to, I know we have some teachers on our team who that has been such a huge relief for them, not having to wait until, the end of the month or the 15th or whenever their paycheck comes in, to have that a little bit coming in every Thursday to help take off the financial weight. So that is how we earn. And as you get into the business, as you get into the team page and into the trainings, you'll learn more about the specifics and the details of how you earn once you start building that team, how you earn once you start growing beyond the ranks. But just know, the more people you help, the faster your business is going to grow and the more income you're going to be bringing into your family. All right. So once you sign up as a coach, what are you going to do when you get started? What's going to happen? We are going to add you to our team page. This team page is where you're going to have all the resources you can imagine. We are all there to cheer each other on, just like we are in a health and fitness journey. This is where we cheer each other on for our business. We share tips, we share trainings, we have training calls. Every other week, every other Tuesday, we have a team call. We have leadership calls during the week. We have calls on how to grow your business to that first rank, which is called Emerald. And that's when you're saying you're opening your doors for business. We have calls and trainings on how to do that. We will have a call. Are we doing it Monday? I believe. So when you get signed up this week, you will be able to hop on our new coach call on Monday. And we're going to give you just the basics of how to get going, how to get started. You guys, the thing is that you are the one that works your business. It's not us that works it for you, but we are there to support you, and we're to give you all the training that you need, or at least give you the resources that you need to build it. All right. So your business investment is food and access to workouts. Your investment is an investment to your health. You don't have to pay for paper and printing. You don't have to pay to rent a building. You don't have to pay for a receptionist. You don't have to pay for catalogs to be sent out. Your investment literally is your investment into your health and fitness. All right. We don't have to keep inventory. Praise the Lord. I know whenever I started, my husband was like, so how much of this do we have to buy? Do we need to clean out our pantry to make room for this? What am I agreeing to here? And I'm like, nope, nothing. My investment is my Shakeology and my workouts. Now back then it was a DVD, so we did have to make room for the DVD in our collection. Now you get bought. I'm really pretty jealous, because when I signed up, you guys, your investment's going to be about $160. Okay. You're going to get your year to Beachbody On Demand. You're going to get your month of Shakeology. You're going to get your portion containers. Depending on which package you get set up with, you'll talk to your coach about the best one to get set up with. But when I signed up, it was like 160, 170, and I got one workout in Shakeology, and you're paying the same thing for all the workouts. So just count yourself lucky that you get that. But I got lost on where it was on my paper. Your investment is going to be about $160, $170. Like I said, talk to your coach about the best one for you to get started with. Okay. And that's where I'm headed to wrap this call up. You're ready to go. You're ready to say yes. You're ready to take maybe your personal journey just to the next level. Maybe you are loving Shakeology and you want to be able to cover that each month. Or maybe you're like, you know what? I really want to do something with this, and I'm going to go to the top with them. What you need to do is you need to contact the person who invited you to the call or who sent you the link to this call and tell them you're ready. And then what they're going to do, they'll talk to you, make sure we're on the same page with your goals. If you don't already have Beachbody On Demand, and if you don't already have your Shakeology, we will get you set up with that in a bundled package. If you already have On Demand, then there are some other options. We can go from there. When you get set up with a package, your initial coach fee of $40 is waived, which is really, really nice. So let's see. And then what's going to happen? You get signed up, you push submit, and we're going to plug you into the team page. And then you will likely be sent a new coach email giving you kind of just the basics of how to get started. The cool thing is that we've worked really hard this year to try to streamline everything. You will come to come to learn working with us that we are constantly failing forward. We are constantly trying to tweak things to make sure we are giving you guys the best. And we have an entire page devoted to training that we will plug you in when you are ready, and you get to take it self-paced. And so we'll get you in the team page. We'll send you your welcome email. And then when you're ready, we'll get you plugged into the training. But here's what's important. You start sharing right away. Like Logan said, like you don't have to wait till you know everything. And in fact, if you wait till you know everything, you're going to be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, because I still don't know everything. But if you share your love for what you're doing, your excitement for what you're doing, start just inviting people to come along with you on this journey, you'll learn along the way. So that is, I think, all we were going to share. Logan, do you have anything to add to that?
I don't.
Okay.
If anyone has any questions before we hop off?
Let's see. I think we're good. Okay. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight or watching the recording. If you were sent this link, we are so very excited to welcome you to the team and get you plugged in and help you reach those goals physically and financially. And we're excited to celebrate you along the way. Thanks, guys, for hanging out, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Can't wait to welcome you to the family.
Bye.
Bye.